Joining us now is Father Christopher Mahar of the Healthcare Services Office in the Dicastery for promoting integral human development. He is also a member of the Vatican's COVID Commission. Father, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it. Tell us, what prompted your commission to make the statement to world leaders about the vaccine?
Well, I think one of the challenges, Tracy, is what they're concerned with is the nationalism that can kind of come through these crises and challenges. So sometimes we can have this tendency to take care of our own first. And I think in many different crises in the world, sometimes it's not as vital because there's only one part of the world that's caught up with the crises. It could be a tsunami in one part of the world, but now the tsunami has hit the entire world. And I think that there's more of a challenge and there's more of a threat that some nations would hoard for themselves the vaccine and not be thinking about the nations that can't afford such a thing. And we need to really take care of each other during the moment of crises.
Yeah, absolutely. We are now more than a month into vaccine distribution. Are you optimistic that the vaccine will be made available to everyone?
I am. To be honest with you, Tracy, I'm optimistic, period, because we have a vaccine. Right? So this is a very different place than we were several months ago. So we do have a vaccine today. Can you imagine how dark it would be and how hopeless if we still didn't have anything in the future that was going to bring some kind of an end to this crisis? So I'm optimistic from the beginning. Even more importantly, I'm optimistic that these nations will get the vaccine because, as Pope Francis has mentioned, you know, when we hit a crisis, we should be changed. We should become better. We should become different. And so this is an opportunity, I think, for the whole world to kind of move forward, to look at the other people that are struggling perhaps more than we are, and to be mindful of them. And so everyone can do something. In particular, we can pray as a church for those that are less fortunate, those who are most in need. And for those that have the ability and the means to make these decisions that can help those who are suffering greatly in parts of the world that would not see the vaccine without that generosity, this is the time for us to be a church that thinks outward and thinks for others.
Yeah, it's so wonderful that we have the vaccine, but still there are people who are on the fence about getting it. What would you say to someone who isn't sure if they should take the vaccine, primarily because of how it may have been produced?
Okay, yeah, it's a great question, Tracy. I would say, first of all, this is not something that's just come up sort of like a flash in the pan kind of quick fix. This is something that's gone through trials. It's something that's gone through a lot of the scientific rigor that we really want to put all the vaccines through. It's not something that's happened overnight. And so we want to trust in the science. The Vatican COVID-19 Commission is continuing to keep abreast of the situation for what the vaccines are doing, their efficacy, their safety. So we're still watching that, and so is the rest of the world. And so I think it's important to think not just of what is going to happen in my life, but how can my life affect those around me? And we know, scientifically speaking, that the more people that take this vaccine, the closer we are to moving forward beyond this crisis. So I would really, really strongly suggest that those who are considering whether or not they should take it, to think about not only themselves, but those around them that might be more vulnerable than themselves, and to be cautious and to be aware of that and to act in charity.
Well, Father Christopher Mahar of the Healthcare Services Office in the Dicastery for promoting integral human development. Thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it, and thank you for what you do.
You're welcome, Tracy. Thank you.